Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, in this video, I'll be showing y'all how to build the best Catfish 3&D wing build on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now, the 3&D wing is really one of the most important positions in today's NBA. In order to stop that three-point assassin or stretch four that's becoming so common, it takes a lockdown defensive player. Now, as you will see in this video, I have taken one of the most versatile lockdown defenders in Charles Barkley and recreated a build for him to be able to defend multiple positions efficiently. Now, this is easily the best Charles Barkley build that you can also make in NBA 2K23, and it's also going to allow us to let us post up at the small forward position while still having some really great defensive awareness. Now, this 3&D wing is going to be great on the pick and roll defense, but also can lock up almost any position. Now, on top of all that, not only is this one of the most versatile small forwards in NBA 2K23, but also, this build is going to be amazing when paired up with two big men who can dominate in the paint, especially since you're able to take possessions off by posting up your smaller defender. Now, this is going to be called for easy points on the offensive end, and with this build, I'm telling y'all, we have the potential of getting at least 80 plus badges, and we're going to be able to get contact dunks, pro dribble moves, and with our attributes, we have the potential to get a 100 plus when it comes down to the three-point shot, our ball handle, perimeter defense, block, as well as our steal. Now look, before we get any further into this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. But be sure to comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with the response. Now, with this build, we will be able to get the post-scoring takeover, which makes it a catfish. Let's go ahead and get started by putting it under the small forward position. Now, every single area is going to be key in order to maintain this build name. Now, when it comes down to the body settings, I'm going to go with the height of 6'6". When it comes down to my weight, I'm going to go with 201 with a 6'9 wingspan. Now, as for the body shape, this really comes down to how you want to go about that. I'm going to go ahead and pick builds, and from here, we're going to be all set to go to get started with our physicals. Now, for the speed, I'm going to go with an 80, 85 acceleration, 74 strength, 62 vertical, with a 90 stamina. Now, you might be wondering, how are we going to be able to get contact dunks when we only have a 62 vertical? Don't worry about that. We're going to be able to get the posterizer badge and go ahead and add a +4 put towards our physicals. And from here, we're going to be all set to go when it comes down to the offensive end. So for this area, I'm going to go with the close shot of a 50, 70 driving layup, 80 driving dunk with an 80 post control. Now, with the 14 badges that we unlocked, I'm looking at Giant Slayer. We also get Back Down Punisher, Pro Touch, and then for tier 2, Fearless Finisher. And if you do decide to throw extra badges into this area, we're definitely going to be able to get Posterizer, possibly as well as Bully or even Limitless Takeoff with Slithery. Now, this all comes down to how you want to make this build. This wraps it up when it comes down to this area. But with the fact that we do get the Posterizer badge, as well as an 80 driving dunk, buy your own boost, and I promise you, we're definitely going to be able to get contact dunks out of this build. Now, from here, let's go ahead and start with the shooting. Now, for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with the 74, 89 three-pointer with a 79 free throw for a total of 21 badges. Now, I like Amped, Midi Magician, and also Volume Shooter when it comes down to tier 1. For tier 2, I like Green Machine as well as Hall of Fame Space Creator. And then for tier 3, I like Agent 3 as well as Silver Limitless Range. Now, as far as when it comes down to the offensive end, I think we hit pretty solid on both the finishing and shooting. We have everything that we need to be a threat on the inside and out. Now, that's only going to set us up better when it comes down to the playmaking. So from here, let's go ahead and get started. Now, for the playmaking, I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of a 61, 87 ball handle with a speed with ball of a 73 for a total of 16 badges. Now I like Hall of Fame ankle breaker. Vice grip is solid, but I'm more focused on quick first step, hyperdrive, and unpluckable. Now for tier 2, we also get killer combos and handles for days. I'm not too focused on clamp breaker because these two badges right here, I promise you, are going to be the more important ones that you should be going with. Now with these badges, as well as the offensive end in a whole, I really believe that this is going to be one of the better versatile lockdown defenders. Now we're going to go ahead and get started when it comes down to the defense. Now here's where we're going to max out the build. We get a total of 25 defensive badges. Now with the interior, I'm going to go with the 73, 86 perimeter, 95 steal, 72 block with a 69 defensive rebound. Now with these 25 badges, I like box out beast, post lockdown, rebound chaser for tier 1. Now for tier 2, we get anchor on bronze, chase down artist on silver, and then for tier 3, we're still able to maintain glove, interceptor, clamps, and challenger. Now in total with this build, with each season completed, you have at least 80 plus badges. Now take into consideration, we're still going to be able to get contact dunks, we get pro dribble animations, and with the takeovers, look, we get the shot creating, the sharpshooting, lockdown, and then the post scoring. Now this is definitely got to be my favorite part about this build. So the first takeover that I would really consider, you can pretty much go about it however you like, but I really see advanced post moves or power backdowns as the post scoring takeover that I would pick. Now for the second one, ankle breaking shots and post scoring would be a super glitchy lineup to run, but if you wanted to, you can even go with limitless range, or to help out a little bit more on the defensive end, I would consider extreme clamps. Now I'm going to go with the post scoring and shot creating takeover. Let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. Now we should be getting these 3 comparisons if you followed every single step. And as y'all can see, we have created the Catfish, Charles Barkley 3 and D wing build. Now with the potential, remember, if you buy your own boost, that's a +5. Running with teammates with Hall of Fame floor general, +4. And your stats also gradually go up the better you play, with the +10 from whichever takeovers that you decided to go with. Now I'm going to leave the build like this as far as when it comes down to the attributes. Let's go ahead and get started with the badge layouts. Now for the finishing, I'm going to go with Acrobat, then also Back Down Punisher, Giant Slayer with Pro Touch, and then Rise Up for tier 1. Now for tier 2, I'm going to be running with Fearless Finisher, and remember, if you throw extra badges into this area, we're definitely going to be able to get Posterizer, and I really do believe that this is going to be one of the better setups to go with. Even if you don't decide to throw extra badges into this area, we're still pretty well equipped. Now when it comes down to the shooting, for tier 1, I'm going to go with Amped. Now for tier 2, Green Machine and Space Creator. Now normally I would go with Volume Shooter and Mini Magician. Today I'm going to be running with Agent 3 instead of those badges. And then for my core badge, you can go ahead and put on whichever one of your choosing. Now look, Agent 3, and then go ahead and put on Limitless Range. We have one more remaining badge that you can pick any area of your choosing. I'm just going to go ahead and say Volume Shooter for now, but make sure that you pick all of the badges based off of your own playstyle. Now with the playmaking, this really only gets better when you take a look at what we're able to do. So with the fact that we're able to get Hyperdrive and Quick First Step out of tier 2, paired up with handles for days and killer combos, you're really in store for one of the best dribbling lockdown defenders that you can possibly make. And if you wanted to, make sure that you're picking badges that are all based off of your own playstyle. Now when it comes down back to the finishing, remember, pick any badge based off of your own liking. For the core badge, I'm going to be going with Aerial Wizard, and I really do believe that this is going to be a perfect setup to run with. Now the offense is looking pretty solid. Let's go ahead and check out the defense. So I went with Box Out Beast, Post Lockdown, Rebound Chaser, as well as Anchor. Now from there, I'm going to go with Chase Down Artist, and 3 gold badges out of tier 3. That's going to be Challenger, Glove, and Interceptor. Now this is pretty much what we're going to be looking like for this build, and if you have any recommendations or changes that you would make, be sure to let me know in the comments, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with the response. But I would appreciate it if y'all also went ahead and let me know what do y'all think about today's video? And with all that being said, man, thank you for your support. But if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Smash that like button, and be sure to comment down TG for thank God, and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response, and that would honestly just make my entire day to see that from y'all. But with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.